Test 1 2 1 2. Hi, this is Sydney Kane. Tell me I'm pretty. I have a hotline. Hello, you've reached Sydney Kane. Tell me I'm pretty. Oh my God, I should start a Tell Me I'm Pretty hotline. And it's like you call it if you need to be told that you're pretty. And it's just me sitting at home by the phone waiting for a call. And then the girlies call and I just gas them up. Oh my God, wait. That's going to happen. I don't know when and I don't know when, I don't know how, but I know something started. Wow, this is off to a great start. Anyway, I am Sydney Kane, and this is the first episode of Tell Me I'm Pretty, a podcast where guests have 1 minute upon entering to tell me I'm pretty. And if they don't tell me I'm pretty, the episode ends. It ends, and that will happen because some people aren't smart and don't think that I'm pretty. But if you do tell me I'm pretty, we can talk about whatever you want. And you can tell me I'm pretty in whatever way you want. You can bake me a cake. You can give me a cute shirt or sweatshirt. I prefer a sweatshirt, no hoodie. You can finger paint it on a piece of paper. You can write it in the sky with one of those planes. A skywriter? Is that what they're, maybe? Oh, no, you know what? You should put it on a blimp. You should put it on a blimp. Say, Sydney, you're pretty on a blimp. One of the 24, I think that's the right number, blimps that exist. Because we're in New York, and I believe it's New Jersey that has about 7 of the blimps in the world. So it shouldn't be very hard for you to put that I'm pretty on a blimp. Anyway, that's not going to be a problem with this episode because my best friend Conor McShane is joining us, and I am so excited. At the very end of the episode, Conor and I just were having so much fun and being so wrapped up and enamored with each other that I did forget to thank him for coming on the podcast. So I'm going to do that right now. So Conor McShane, if you are listening, imagine I am reaching out to you and holding your gorgeous, smooth, beautiful hands and looking into your whatever color you have eyes. I think blue, maybe green. And imagine me saying, thank you so much for coming on this podcast. You made it fun and easy and comfortable, and I could not imagine kicking this off with anyone else. I don't want to take up any more of your time, even though I'm about to take up a whole other 50 minutes of it. It is a very serious, very educational podcast, so please remember that. Take notes. Take notes, there will be a test. And please enjoy the first episode of Tell Me I'm Pretty. Can you just tell me I'm pretty? Do you think I'm pretty? I feel pretty. I'm pretty, right? My vibe answers. Now.
Can I clap?
Nope.
Get this. Nice. This is better.
Is this your first time
This is my first time
speaking?
losing my V card.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I'll read you the intro I have for you.
Okay.
So pretend like you can't see
God.
Conor right now on the screen.
Should I just leave and come in?
Can you just like lean out? Okay. Oh, you're going to come in.
I'm gonna just
Oh, I'm excited. Okay, so my guest today is talented, terrific, truly the craziest singer with no cap on his vocal range. Tapping legend, trailblazing, Time Magazine 100 one day, TikToky man, and he might actually be, dare I say, the worst person you know, which is so funny because in real life, he really is the worst person ever, and I kind of really hate him. No, I'm kidding. This is my bestie. This is Conor McShane.
Oh my God, wait a minute. Hi, you guys.
Hello. It's so nice to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I love your studio space.
Thank you so much. I live here.
Your 1 bedroom.
I live in my 1 bedroom.
This is your home.
This is
it's your podcast.
Okay, so
That was a really nice intro you gave me.
you like it?
I liked it.
Oh my God,
I have
that
just
makes me
2
so happy.
small edits.
Oh, what are the edits?
2 more compliments.
Oh, okay. Which ones?
Sexy.
Gay.
And gay.
Okay. I just
You
want.
forgot to mention those.
Cool.
Thank you.
But I
Is-
mean, if you insist.
On calling you what you are.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, there was a girl who lived in a 1-bedroom on the Upper West Side. And no matter how hard she tried, see that little rhyme? She couldn't find the right person to call her pretty. They called her sexy. They called her a legend and iconic and unlike any other girl in town. But it wasn't until she found a sweet boy in a black sweatshirt from H&M that would look her in the eyes and say, you know what I'm going to tell you?
What?
I'm going to tell you that you're pretty.
Okay. Oh my God. That was amazing. So for those of you who don't know and who are new to the pod, which is everyone, because this is the first episode, you, as in my guest, and maybe you one day if you're lucky, have 1 minute upon entering to tell me I'm pretty. And then we can talk about literally whatever you want. We can talk about anything as long as it doesn't have to do with like real life things that
Like
matter.
geopolitical.
Yeah, I don't know about taxes. I don't know about 401k. I should know about all these things.
Yeah.
I'm
don't know either,
6.
though.
I'm 6 years old. I don't know anything. Those of you who are on the TikTok, which is hopefully mainly of my audience, mainly of my audience,
Mainly
of my audience,
As far as my audience goes, mainly.
you have kind of changed the world with
Yeah, that's what everyone's kind of saying.
with the worst person you know does
Yes.
blank. How did you come up with that?
Oh my gosh. Well, it came to me in a vision. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I started posting on TikTok after Miss Sydney Kane. This is Sydney Kane, by the way.
That's my name.
That's her name and it's her podcast. After she was posting on Instagram and being really funny. And I thought,
You're lying. You're lying.
I'm so serious. She was going very viral on Instagram, and I thought, I'm way funnier than her. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. But I was like, oh my gosh, like she's really like putting in the time and doing that. And I had made a couple videos in the past that were like just sort of for my friends and like, just like it was COVID and we weren't doing anything. So I was making videos. And then I saw you doing that and some other people and some nice friends of mine and family members were like, you should just try posting more often. Also to get new ideas. I feel like when you post often, people kind of comment ideas or
Yeah, that's
you know
so
what I mean?
true.
Or
Yeah.
you kind of realize what works. So I started posting.
I feel like you can get trapped in like a caricature if you start posting sketch comedy on TikTok. But I feel like yours, it's such like a broad.
Time, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. It
just
switched.
that's just an
It switched.
It switched and it glitched.
Oh, it switched.
Sorry to interrupt that thought, but it was my lucky number. Time 117.
117 is a very big deal for Connor, and it actually, because of how big of a deal it is for him, it has now become a very big deal for me. During college, we went to college together, by the way. We're so all over the place. This is
good.
going so
It's kind of
amazing.
right.
What was I just saying?
I have this really lucky number. It's 117. We kind of can't get too into the lore because it's too powerful.
It's so powerful. Like you will all be
You'll all
influenced.
start to see that number if you believe in
going
it.
to
I really like that number, and it's like Irish luck, and it was just that number now, and it just was worth mentioning.
Every time I see that number, though, I do think Connor, and also I do think everything's going to be fine.
It genuinely does spread. I swear the people I talk about. And it's not even like, not to get too into it, but it's not like religious or even spiritual. It's just vibes.
We also
It's
can get into
just-
vibes.
We can get into vibes. Yeah. It's like, it's rare that I'm like, oh, that's really lucky or that has a deeper meaning. But with 117, it's very lucky and it also has a deeper meaning.
Yeah, I also think, because wasn't the post, not to make it about me, wasn't the post that you posted for your one-man show, which we'll talk about, wasn't that your 117th post?
Yes, I think it was.
The one with me? Or was it just
No, yes.
It was the one with me.
It was the one with you.
So just
Yes,
wanted to
that's
put
so
that out there.
true. Oh my
We've just
gosh.
always been so unbelievably like, what's the term for like when you're in the galaxy? Like not intergalactic. Like what is the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Like we've always been like
You and I together have
Yeah.
been very connected, or we've been very like,
it's like the you know what I'm saying?
in tune with the universe.
Yeah, solar power.
We have solar panels is what the word you're looking for.
This is why actually maybe me having a podcast was the worst idea, because I actually am stupid. I actually don't know things.
True.
Yesterday I was at lunch with my friend and they were telling me, because they were just in Italy, and they were saying how they cried outside of the Sistine Chapel. And I said, "You mean the 16th chapel?" And they were like, "No, it's this the Sistine." And I go, "What do you mean? Michelangelo did the 16th chapel." And they were like, "Sydney, it's the Sistine Chapel." I go, "Oh," and she was like, "Do you actually think that it was the 16th chapel?" And I was like, "Yeah, I thought there was a 1 and a 2 and a 3, and then Michelangelo just happened to do the 16th chapel." Wow. And then I said, and then Chapel Roan is actually the 17th chapel, but now Chapel Roan could be the first chapel. So
because it wasn't the 16th. Now, if someone had told me that it was the 16th and done that in reverse, and I had said 16th and they were like, "It's the 16th," I would have been like, "Oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. You're right. Of course, it's the 16th." So I get it.
And I actually still don't even know what it is. It's an enigma.
Couldn't spell it. Couldn't tell you what it means.
Couldn't tell you what it looks like. Couldn't tell you where it is.
Never seen it.
Never seen it. Don't know about it. Sorry.
Don't know about it.
In Italy? Yeah, it's in Italy.
For sure in
Thank
Italy.
you.
But I don't know where. Do you guys know where? Florence. It's around.
Rome.
It's the north, west, east region.
It's the northwest, southeast region of
somewhere around there.
Somewhere around in the globe. Don't ask me about geographical location. Don't ask me about.
You can ask me about geography.
Are you serious?
That's a fun fact about me. Do you know this fun fact that I know every country in the world and where they are in a map? Genuinely, I do. I do, because I worked at Equinox. And I didn't know what to do when I was behind the desk because there was nothing to do. And I would just learn the states and the countries.
Wait, get out of my house.
Okay.
You literally, wait, no, because if that was me, I would just be digging around on my phone.
Yeah, well, I worked there for a long time. So I did a lot of dicking around on my phone, and then I decided
I would just be online shopping.
The countries.
I should not be saying that I don't know where anything is on a map. I can't be saying that to the 20s of people that are going to listen to this.
To the 20s of people. My question fell. It was dangerous of you to even say that to begin with.
I know.
Confident and wrong.
Strong and wrong.
Strong and wrong.
Strong and wrong.
And that's what you have to do.
And that's actually pretty.
And that's pretty.
Being strong and wrong is pretty.
That's kind of actually profound. Being strong and wrong is pretty.
That's pretty profound.
Wait a minute. That's the end.
for my pretties that are listening to this, which I think is what everyone. I'll call everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretties. And yeah, anything is pretty and all is pretty.
Did you guys get that? Did you pick that up in the mic?
Did the 20s of you hear that?
Can I get a little response from my 20s?
Can I get a little
my 20s screen?
Okay, wait. So can we just piggy all the way fucking back?
Yes, I took us off track.
No, that was no.
Hey.
It was my fault.
Oh my gosh, that's really nice of you to say.
The caricature that we were talking about was the worst person you know.
Sure.
And I was saying that it actually was such a broad thing to pick, because I feel like you can get so trapped in these little such specific things. But I feel like yours you can do so many things with it, and I feel like it'll be not hard to transition out of it once you decide to start posting other content.
Thanks. And also just to be clear, there's a lot of people who do that kind of vibe, worst person on earth, worst person you know, that sort of making fun of.
He's so humble.
Well, it's true. A terrible type of person in some field. I do it a lot about theater, but it's just fun and ridiculous. And it's also
about AMC Stubbs.
I just
so funny. I loved that one.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I mean, it's nice that I feel like I can kind of sneak in then making a video about anything I want to make a video about. I feel so inspired by there's so many people on TikTok and Instagram and just in sketch comedy that do such different characters. Watching people's SNL audition tapes.
Oh my God, they're insane.
They're insane because I'm
Will Ferrell is the cat.
Will Ferrell. I was about to say Will Ferrell.
Are you kidding?
So good. I'm forgetting the name of the character he does, but there's the character he does that's he's interviewing scientists. Do you guys know this one? He goes, "Would you eat the moon if it were made of ribs?" It's the whole character. It's so good. He goes, "Heck, I'd have seconds." It's so good. So I do want to try to get into true other characters, but also
You heard it here first.
Oh
There's
my gosh.
new content coming.
New content.
Connor content, new content, Connor content, new content.
Content.
Connor content. Content. I can't say that.
Yeah, you can.
No, Skylar's no, you can't.
No, you can't.
It's my favorite word.
Cunt. Maybe I actually can't say that.
I can't say that?
You can say that.
What did you think I said before? Well, now I want to know what was the other word.
What's the other word? I love also like the girl and the gay like asking the straight man like, is it okay if we say cunt? But yeah, you can say that.
This is
word.
producer Skylar and producer John.
Hi, you guys.
And you'll never see them, but you'll hear them do like one word like. Yeah.
I was about to say without the mic, like in the back. Yeah, you can say that.
Which is all you've ever wanted, Skylar.
You can say cunt.
Yeah, and Skylar also made the jingle. This podcast.
Which is fire, by the way.
Just
to spend a second on that. I did an interview recently for this radio station that I think is airing at some point. It was so difficult in comparison to this because I was being filmed like video and audio. But because it was an interview, I didn't feel like I could stop and be like, wait, let me say that again because I wasn't speaking well.
I'm terrified of speaking sometimes. Genuinely.
Well, now you're going to be really good at it because you have a podcast.
I know. But
I know.
my Vyvanse like will kick in and I realized this, that when I take my Vyvanse, I have ADHD. What? Shut up, Skylar.
Wait.
When I take my Vyvanse, my brain just goes shoo, and sometimes I actually think that I'm talking out loud to someone.
Wow.
I am not saying a damn word. Sometimes I'll be like on FaceTime with someone and they'll be talking to me and I'll just be so still, which is crazy because it's just the opposite. The Vyvanse is hitting. The Vyvanse is hitting.
Wait, no, that should be in the second part of the jingle. Like, tell me I'm pretty. And then it's like, tell me I'm hot. Tell me the Vyvanse is hitting. Tell me I'm pretty.
The Vyvanse is hitting, sorry. And it's an extended time release, so it does happen like throughout the day. I'll be like,
should I take Vyvanse just for the thrill of it?
I actually don't know if I wish it on my worst enemy. I think it's the best thing that ever happened to me and like helps me function and be normal.
Sure.
However, sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I actually need to be focusing on this much all at once. No one else is. Anyway, so that's why sometimes if I'm talking, I'll get on a tangent about something.
Well, it was a good tangent.
It's about you. You're here.
I don't think that's even true. But okay. Ask me a question.
So yeah, so interviews are scary.
Oh yeah, interviews, that's what I was saying. Well, they're just kind of like, wow, like people really must be very prepared when they do interviews. Like a funny interview. You never like
we
notice
have like publicists and stuff that tell you like, and make sure like you hit this. Like people will rehearse responses.
Imagine? I know, yeah. That's
so it's
what
basically
I mean.
just we're always acting. We're never
life
real.
is a stage.
The world.
The world is a stage. Is that what it is?
The world. Ask my BFA.
Sydney's BFA. Can you hear me? What does this say?
It is like deep down in the ground, like under a grave. Like,
help me. I never actually got my BFA. No one come for me if this is like bad, but I never returned a library book. I never returned it. And they never sent my diploma because of it. I'm being so genuine.
Wait,
but I'm being completely genuine. Couldn't tell you what it was. It was like the last day of school. And they were like, we need like 75 cents. Like, and I just was like, I'll just get to that at some point. And then I like did my graduation and got the fake diploma you get. And they never sent me my real one.
Does it have to do with the books that you gave to Hannah Skokin that she never gave back to you, and now I have them?
If that library book is in this room right
John,
now?
if you go over to that little bookshelf, that's really just board games.
Oh. Is that a Pace library book?
No.
Can I see it?
I think these might just be regular library books. But I just want to let you
this
know
belongs
that
to some libraries.
It does belong
you
to
look
you
at
though,
it.
because you brought them in a box to.
Did I?
I don't know why I have them. I don't know why I have them.
Wait, also, you know what I think you have of mine? It could be gone and that's okay. But my NASA
your NASA sweatshirt. I
sweatshirt.
have it. It's in my closet right now. I'll give it to you after this. I'll give it to you. I've had it for over a year. I think about it every time.
I love that sweatshirt. I love that you've had it too.
It was in my. It's been in my little pile of clothes that I keep in the corner of my room. That's like I will do something with these one day.
Yeah. Move to another location,
and it just moves
donated.
it, and it keeps moving around. It travels the world. She's bi-coastal.
Yeah, and when I'm having like a really like what am I wearing day, I like go through that pile, and I'm like, no, something has to be done with these one day.
It's like absolutely not. I don't want to wear these anymore. But then I think like, well, what if I need it for like an audition or something?
Yes, exactly. Or like a Halloween costume.
I have so many stupid clothes that I'm like, well, if I ever go in for 80 Annie in Oklahoma, I need this like cowboy hat. You know?
Exactly. Literally, yes.
I don't know why.
Same. I have so many outfits like that I would
never wear. Never.
That I do wear for auditions.
I have like a go-to fiddler outfit that I have. Yeah. What is your like go-to outfit
for an audition?
Yeah.
It's like kind of boring. It's like probably a light wash jean, and a blue button down. Or lately I've been wearing this little sweater. You know that little green sweater I wear?
Oh, with
It's
the
like,
checkered?
It's like a vest sweater. Yeah,
Yes, it's the checkered. It's so cute.
That's good if I'm ever going. For some reason, I feel like I'm always auditioning for like boys in a prep school. So I have to
You
wear
are so boys in like a prep school.
boys in a prep school.
Boys in like a prep school.
Boys in like a prep school.
Boys in like a prep school. Coming soon to Netflix.
That would be good.
That would be so good. There's no shows about boys in prep school on Netflix. There's nothing interesting about boys in prep
We
school.
have got to be writing that.
Yeah,
needs to write that.
have to write that.
And
That's our
maybe
pilot.
It's like a boarding school and they do magic. Like it's all like wizards. And it's like at a school in England.
Ooh, we do need a new one of those because
We
the
need
other
a
one
new one
is
of those.
not aging well
It's
with
not
certain
aging well.
people.
That's true. We can cut that.
Cut that. No,
Seriously.
No, like seriously, please cut that out.
Wait, there should be a bit in this that like every episode there's something like,
It's like,
that
wait,
is
did you
cut
cut
and
it?
it's
Did you
just
cut
us
it?
being like that has to be
That
cut.
has
Like
to be cut.
no
That
one
has
can
to
hear
be
us
cut.
say that.
Like we can't say that anymore.
Should we dip into the Prosecco?
Yeah. Okay, I just want to say because I want them to sponsor me more than anything in my life because this is not, if you couldn't tell, this podcast is not sponsored by anyone other than my hopes and dreams. But hopefully one day to join my hopes and dreams, Lamarca Prosecco will join me. I drink it nonstop, not actually, but it is my favorite.
I would associate that bottle with
Yeah.
only you.
So anyway, we're
Did
going
you
to have some of
go?
this to celebrate the first recording of the podcast.
Yay! Do you need me to hold your mic? Okay, she's gonna pop the bottle now. I'm double fisting. I can't say that. Cut that.
Tap out.
Ready, everyone? Listen to this. Oh, I'm so scared. Cheers.
Cheers.
Why do I feel like this? I feel crazy.
Wait,
We're gonna party.
wait, I'm wasted right now. I'm so drunk.
Cheers,
Cheers.
again.
I want to talk about
Okay.
Soiree King and Queen.
Oh my gosh, we are Soiree King and
We
Queen.
are Soiree King and Queen. So,
You explain it.
Soiree is this party that happens when you are a BFA musical theater major at Pace University.
Mm-hmm.
And the sophomores and the freshmen
So dangerous.
get so unbelievably
File.
effed up. I don't know why I censored myself there. I said cunt earlier, but I was like effed up. It's giving like fraternity and sorority, but like we are like theater kids, so we don't really know what that is or how to do that properly, I think. So you get families when you come into Pace,
Yeah, like as if
like
it's
bigs and
fraternity,
littles, yeah. I don't need to explain myself on that one, I think.
Yeah, you get bigs and littles, and you go to this party, and it's like literally maybe on the second day of school or something. So it's this party, and it's like whoever gets the most messed up is the Soiree King and Queen. And baby, you're looking at the King and Queen right now. We got the most messed up when we were 18. And what I have to say,
Yossi, I think, though, was disqualified though because she was throwing up.
no, multiple, well, I was also throwing up. There were so many people that like were deeply ill, but we were just the last standing.
And there were these crowns that were like these like
Yeah, they were
little
actually crowns.
They were actually.
Yeah.
I have the funniest photo of you when I checked on you the next morning. I don't remember how I got home. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad. But I don't remember. But I just remember I went to go check on you on the 15th floor of Maria's tower, and
Yes.
you in your bed, and you still have your
Crown on, yep.
and you're like,
Went to sleep in my crown.
you have this
Yes,
face.
I remember
I will
that
put
so
it, and
well.
we will find it,
Oh
and
my
I will
gosh,
post
it'll
it.
go, like, here.
You are a Soiree King though, like, and you. But do you remember when it was the first party that we had?
Yeah, there was one party before that.
where I was on the subway.
I didn't make it home from that party. I did not make it home. I stayed at that party. I slept
Apparently,
over.
I was a front runner for Soiree Queen because
Gosh.
the night of like the first big party that we had, because we were like in Stuytown. It's
Where
like
is that?
Stuytown's off the J. Yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
On our way back, I got really not coherent. And every time the subway doors opened, I would run off, throw up in the trash can,
No.
and run back on the train. And I made it every single time.
That is
And if you're
really
listening to this and you were there with me, I don't remember, but comment down below and underneath my couch, and
over
and we'll
here.
look at it later, and we'll talk to it.
Wait, the context I have to give for me being Soiree King is that when I was in high school, I was a full narc. Like I was, if I
You didn't drink in high
like
school.
if no, I
Me
didn't
either.
Really.
Yes,
So
keep
that's
going.
why that we went so hard because we didn't
course.
know. No, but I literally like if I remember I was in I think I was in high school, and I found out that someone was smoking weed, and I was like, we have to like alert the church elders. Like, what are we going to do to save that kid? I was so concerned. And if anyone was drinking around me, you know, I was
Even
the
adults
kid that like,
or like the teens?
Anyone. I just was like, I don't want to talk to, I'm
You're
uncomfortable.
Irish, Connor.
I know. And everyone was drinking. It was so random. It was so strange. When we were in Ireland, I actually wouldn't be as weird about it. But like if my, like, and my brother like was 4 years older than me and like full partying and like, you know, doing all these things. And I had no idea. I just thought everyone was
Bad.
I thought everyone was bad. And I wanted everyone to get in trouble. And then everything changed. Actually, it was my after prom. We had like, do you guys do that everywhere? Is that just a Jersey thing? That prom weekend? The weekend after prom, you go and like rent a beach house with your friends. And that was the first time I ever got
We did
properly
like
drunk.
a house in the woods.
That makes sense.
Sorry, I have to crack my neck.
That was so impressive. Did the mic pick that up?
Don't put that in. We have to cut that. We have to cut that.
I thought you were being genuine. I was like,
No.
I was like, should I not have cracked my neck?
My God, yeah, I'm bad. You're gonna narc on me. You're gonna tell people that I cracked my neck. Mine was because you wouldn't be able to be in the like school shows, like at our school. Like if people found out that you were drinking or whatever, like in high school, like you wouldn't be allowed to do the musicals and the plays.
Which Sydney's school
We
had the most epic high school.
I know that my director Heather Biddle is listening to this, and I just want to let you know I did not ever actually go against it. I was so terrified. That also probably has to do with my mother. But what I think is so funny is like these kids are like drinking in high school, whatever.
Right.
And it's not the other kids narking on them. It was other like parents. There would be parents narking on
like the stage
other
moms.
kids' children because of the stakes.
Wow. Because they were like, I want my kid to get the lead. Your school shows were so incredible. Our school shows were like, there was like a curtain. And that was the
I have
that was
beef.
the set.
I have beef with my theater director, and she knows it. I will talk to her because you want to know what my senior year show was?
What?
How to succeed in business without really trying. You tell me
yeah.
where the girl is.
Well,
in
you
that.
were the lead girl.
Rosemary Pilkington.
Yes, you were Rosemary Pilkington.
Ask other. What was your senior show, Connor?
My senior show. Oh, I don't even remember anymore. I don't know. It was Seussical, the musical.
And who were you?
And I was the Cat in the Hat.
That's a pretty prominent role.
It actually,
Wouldn't you say?
It was a pretty prominent role.
Mm-hmm.
And I ate it up.
Of
I
course you
loved it.
did.
But you know
the
how
things
there's-
you can
the
fucking
things
think.
you can think. Do you guys know what the Jimmys are? The Jimmy Awards. It's like a national.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of those competition. And it's like if you win in your state for like the high school theater awards, like it's like
Were
the
you
Tonys
nominated?
for like. No. Let me get into the beef. In Jersey, it doesn't go to the Jimmys. It's just the Rising Stars at Paper Mill because they like want to do their own thing. They're like, we don't let people. So no one from New Jersey is ever in the Jimmys. And if they were, you know they'd be winning because the kids in Jersey are so good.
Wait, why don't they?
Justice for Jersey at the Jimmys.
Justice for Jersey at the Jimmys.
But anyway, even if it did go into the Jimmys, I would not have been there because there was 3 reviewers. You have to get 3 like people to say you're good enough, and 2 people said I was good enough, and then 1 person literally rated me because I asked for the score sheet as the least talented person in the cast.
Well, that's the rule of 3 in comedy. Same, different. That's actually really comedy
They, like,
right
were
there.
Like, I'm just helping.
They
for,
did it
going
for the
along
bit.
with the bit.
They
Yeah,
did
they're
it for
doing
the
it for
bit.
But I remember being in high school and reading that, being like, oh my gosh, like this sucks.
Your dreams were crushed.
My dreams
You
were
were
crushed. My dreams were crushed. I have a college story for us.
Okay.
I was just gonna say that when Sydney and I were young and going to college, do you remember that we texted each other before anyone else had really texted each other? I feel
Yeah,
like,
I
and we were
found-
looking for roommates, and we were like, we could be the Rachel Berry and Kurt Hummel of Pace, and we were not being ironic.
We were being so serious.
We were like, yeah, we're moving to New York, and like
We're gonna
be
get a really overly priced that we can't afford
Massive
warehouse. Just they're in a warehouse.
We're in a warehouse in Clay. And we didn't do that, but we did live on the 15th floor in teeny tiny dorms. It was like the prophecy, and it was foretold.
We're
How do you
like
say
the
that?
new Curtin Reach.
We're the new Curtin Rachel.
I'm gonna
That's
throw
what
up
everyone's
saying
kind of
that.
talking about.
Did you see me actually like physically be like? That's actually all anyone's saying. Pop Crave is like Sydney and Connor stunned.
Stunned, yes, and a new self-made, a new podcast.
New self-made podcast. New Curtin Rachel. Everyone's saying
Yes.
that's the headline.
I think the worst thing that could ever happen to me is if Pop Crave posted a picture of me and didn't say stuns.
Agreed. Same. Hard agree.
That would
If they
be so
don't say
sad.
stun, you did not.
They don't like.
So here's the thing. There's this thing called Pretty Please,
Cute.
a new segment.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Pretty Please, which is where I invited the audience, the 20s of you, to submit questions, and we can help you with them. And usually it would be like that But there was this one girl who I helped over Instagram a couple weeks ago who responded to one of my stories because I was like, do you want to hear any juicy gossip? I'm sorry, I was like, I want gossip, give it to me. And she told me that she's in a situationship with a guy, but he's married and they're still hooking up. And I was like, girl, leave. Walk away.
Is he open or it's secret affair?
So then we DM'd a little bit.
Oh my God. Can I do a dramatic reading
So,
of one part of it?
Yeah. So I was like, do you want to submit your story so I can talk about it on the pod? And I'm going to name her Leaf. I don't know why.
Oh,
so
beautiful.
Leaf was like, do you want me to give you more details? And I said, absolutely.
And she showed up with
She gave me an
paragraphs.
essay. She gave me an essay.
Oh my gosh.
We don't have to read the whole thing, or should we read the whole thing?
I will have to see.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'd been divorced for about 18 months when he swiped on my Tinder profile. Looking over his profile, he was attractive, but not devastatingly handsome. His bio was short, but said so much about him. He was looking for whatever came naturally, however, looking for his forever. He mentioned the things that he found funny. The only red flag that stood out to me was his occupation, a pilot. This was in January 20.
That's a beautiful, it's a really like aspiring, like he's so
oh no, this is going to take us to the rest of the episode. This was in January 2022. The pandemic was still going on and I worked in healthcare.
Sure.
As a nurse, you could say I'm automatically stereotypically attracted to red flags, but I'd so far managed to avoid them up until now.
Wait, please let me read this next part.
Of course.
No sooner. What a great way to start the next sentence.
She's iconic. I love you.
Leaf, this is changing my life. No sooner did I swipe right to match him, and a message came into my inbox. Dun, dun, dun. He was polite.
Oh, do you want me to do sound effects while
Yes,
you do
please.
it? Okay.
Charming, even.
Doop.
He was new to my area, and we seemed to carry on a pretty decent conversation. We made arrangements to meet the following day for coffee. My preferred first meeting at the time.
Ah!
The next morning, I woke up with a cough and a fever of 102. I took the test, and sure enough, I had COVID. Tom, the pilot. Tom, the dirty, nasty pilot. She didn't say that. Had a trip scheduled and would be gone for the following few weeks. But we agreed to stay in touch and get to know each other, which is exactly what we did.
We texted for hours each day. He was a computer pilot. He was a commuter pilot based in another state. He flies internationally. And so when he'd land in a new country, we'd pick up the conversation. It started getting pretty sexual, but I figured this was probably how these things worked with people who were in relationships with pilots.
I'm sorry?
How these things work with people who are relationships and pilots.
What is
with
the
pilots.
obsession with pilots?
He's
if
a pilot.
someone told me they were a pilot, that would mean nothing to me.
I think it's like he's never there. And like he's always on the go. And like during COVID, you're like going to so many different places. Like,
but what's the last thing she said about him being a pilot?
He'd land in a new country, he'd pick up a conversation. It started getting pretty sexual. Oh, sexting. But I figured this is probably how things worked with people. Oh, sexting and being normal.
Because he's gone.
Because he's gone all the time. So
okay,
like,
thank you.
keeping the relationship alive via
sext.
Via sext. He made it seem like we were destined for greatness. What was he sexting you? I must know. When he returned home, we made plans to meet up. When we did, the chemistry was spot on. But then the next day, he seemed more distant, almost cold. He asked how I felt about open relationships. New to that terminology, I was open-minded but skeptical. I thought we should get to know each other better before we introduced others to our bedroom. This is where I feel it turned into a situation.
But she doesn't know about the other. She doesn't realize she's the other woman.
But also, like, what the hell? They're not even like
they're
not even
sexting?
together. Like,
Yes.
and he's like, how do you feel about an open relationship? You're not in a relationship. You're just
Yeah.
you're not anything. Opening up what?
Okay, Leaf.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give credit where credit's due because she wrote this out and she made it clear.
She wrote this out amidst like literally being stranded at an airport.
Wow, the airport she loves.
Wait, yeah, the
pilot.
airport thing is so crazy.
So I know I'm really giggling, but I hope Leaf isn't offended. It's just shocking to me. We still talked, we saw each other, but it was mostly sexual. And it was always like I was making myself available for his schedule. It never occurred to me that he might be making someone else a priority. He's a private person. I'd only ever seen a couple pictures of his kids and heard some stories about his siblings. So I didn't really think much of it. Things started picking up for us again in February of this year. Talk of an open relationship never came up again, and we spent more time together when he was in town. Oh, this next part's crazy. I read ahead, sorry.
oh no. A few weeks ago, he was posted by someone in Are We Dating the Same Guy? She said she lived in one of the places he routinely flew to. I could feel my heart beating in my ears. Wow, that's high up. Apparently, they hadn't seen each other in about a year, but she's been bothered for a long time. I searched his name on Facebook and came up with nothing but him, which I already knew. I decided to do a record search when I made the discovery he was married to a beautiful woman. This poor girl has no clue he's cheating on her with not only me, but another woman in an entirely different state.
Oh, wow.
I've been feeling sick and not knowing what to do. I replied to one of Sydney's stories and told, that's me, a little of the tea, and she and I talked for a while. She gave me some advice. I followed it. I told him that he could either choose to tell his wife about his affairs or I would. But either way, she would find out. This wasn't fair to any of us, really, not even him.
A few days later, I saw a name pop up on my caller ID. It was his last name and the name of his wife. I answered. We talked for 3 hours. I answered all of her questions. The wife called her. Even though a lot of them were very hard, the only question I had for her is why she didn't have more of a social media presence with him. And her simple reply is that I hate social media. It gives me anxiety. Turns out they were dating and had been engaged during most of our relationship. I blocked him on all my apps and my phone. He still found ways to contact me, but I'm trying to keep my focus. I love that. I'm going to start saying that. I'm trying to keep my focus right now.
I'm trying to keep my focus.
Gosh, I'm trying to keep my focus. Instead, I've been texting my best friend when the temptation strikes.
Ooh.
My heart hurts, but I deserve so much more. So much more.
You do leave.
Period, leave. Okay, so
You
now
do. Yeah.
I didn't realize that Leaf was the hero of this story.
Yes.
I didn't realize that you were so in the dark as we started reading that.
I was like, either switch it up and tell the wife or yourself, or say, if you don't tell her, I will. And
That's
then he'll
iconic.
tell you. And then he'll tell the girl.
That's the best.
Friend.
That's perfect.
Yes.
And I think the big takeaway from this is that you can't trust a pilot. Pilots are not to be trusted.
Do not trust a pilot.
No.
Do other than to land your plane safely. That they have one job. Because honestly,
And then you can barely
and if I'm
even
being
trust.
honest, if my job was to land a bunch of people, not coming to like the defense of the guy, that is all I would be focused on. That is such a big responsibility.
He was trying to keep his focus.
He was trying to. You're funny. You're funny. You're funny.
Yes. Why do people do things like that?
I don't know.
I think that, and maybe I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would say that people in our generation, Gen Z, very young and hip and cool,
Very cool, awesome, amazing.
and amazing, are quite blasé about cheating. Do you guys feel that? I feel like people are really like in this wave of obviously if you're in an open relationship, enjoy, it's incredible. But I find that there's a kind of like large sense of just like, oh, well, like, you know, like cheating is whatever, it happens. And like, but I'm very like, I don't know about that. I'm gone. But you
I'm
worked your way there.
I did.
Yeah. Are we allowed to?
I mean, like we could.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
We're nothing but good vibes now, and I won't say names.
Yeah.
I was cheated on, and I stayed for 2 more years. But I think that had more of a thing to do with me being scared of not having a person anymore. I don't think that actually had anything to do. Yeah. Well, I just made him go to therapy with me the next day. The next day, I said, "Okay, we're going to my therapist." But I also remember being like, "What?" Like just so confused.
Well, that's kind of my thing. It's so just like fundamental to there being an issue kind of going on in the relationship. And it's just like, gosh, if you were already having any issues, which you likely were, if that's happening, it's just like, you really have to jump through this new hurdle. And like, that's going to be the focus. And it's really easy when you're in a relationship, I think, to like punish each other. But just to say really quickly that I don't think he was punishing you, by doing that at all.
Yeah.
But I think after that happens, when you know that in a relationship, you kind of like like not you specifically, I think everyone, you kind of like punish each other because if you have like any resentment
After that,
right? If you haven't
oh my God,
moved on from it, it's so easy to be
and
like,
I don't think I ever
you did
moved
this
on
to
from
me.
it.
It's like-
We're not together anymore, and he's very happy, and I wish him the best. But
Yeah,
like,
of course.
it was really hard, and I think so. To go back to with this thing, but this is so different. This seems so insane.
Well, it is so different because it's also like, that's what I mean when it comes to like, you're so in the groove of your life. He has this job. He has this significant relationship. It's like, it just points to something
he's
like
a juggler.
He's a juggler.
He's a juggler
Riddler.
pilot. I don't know. I'm glad that she's not talking to him anymore. He honestly sucks, and like I hope that he never falls asleep at work.
Cheers to keeping your focus.
Cheers to keeping your focus, and you should be focused on being a good person.
Yeah, period. I also liked that Leaf said when she was struggling with the temptation of wanting to message him and messaging a best friend.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's kind of revolutionary.
Yes, I mean,
I love that.
are you like that in relationships? Like, do you get really obsessive over one person? I know that I can be.
I would say that I don't think I do.
Wow, that's
I
amazing.
think I have the opposite problem. I'm literally like, snooze.
Avoidant girly.
So I just don't even like really.
Yeah, you're so
talk to
good at that.
anyone.
You're so
Well,
good at
it's
like
its own problem,
no,
I think.
oh, yeah, sure, but I also think that like, but I envy that because like I'm always like I want to help everyone always and help everyone's lives be better. But you're so good about like keeping your focus and doing you, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so this podcast is not sponsored by anything at all. So I decided to make my own ads. So I'm using the power of AI. Honestly, I have fun talking to AI. I live alone. I was like, hey, ChatGPT bestie, can you write me an ad for my podcast that has to do with dating and make it funny and stupid? I tweaked it a little, and we're going to do it right now.
Incredible.
I'm host 1 and you're host 2.
On my phone?
It's on your phone, honey.
Oh, this is so major.
Hey there, listeners. Ever wish you could navigate the world of dating apps without, well, being an asshole?
Absolutely. And let's be real. Who hasn't? Well, hold on to your swipe fingers, fuckers, because we've got something amazing for you today. Introducing the game changer. Better Me Wobble Bobble Banger Wahoozle.
Yes, you heard that right. Better Me Wobble Bobble Banger Wahoozle isn't just another self-help tool. It's your personal guide to not being a fucking fuck on dating apps. Imagine having a life coach, a therapist, and a motivational guru all rolled into one.
With Better Me Wobble Bobble Banger Wahoozle, you get personalized tips on how not to ghost, how to send respectful messages, and expert advice on making genuine connections. Whether you want to boost your confidence, improve your conversations, or just not be that guy, I'm gay. Better Me Wobble Bobble Banger Woozle has got you covered.
And the best part, it's so easy to use. Just download the app, answer a few questions about your dating goals, and let Better Me Wobble Bobble Banger Wahoozle create a customized plan just for you.
I've been using Better Me Wobble Bobble Banger Wahoozle for a month now, and let me tell you, my dating life has improved immensely. I feel more respectful, more engaging, and my matches actually enjoy talking to me. No more, hey, followed by radio silence. And no more unsolicited dick pics.
Don't just take our word for it. Try Better Me Wobble Bobble Banger Wahoozle today and start your journey to being a better person on dating apps. Right now, our listeners can get a special discount. Use our promo code BangerMyWahoozle at checkout to get 20% off your first subscription.
That's promo code BangerMyWahoozle for 20% off. Head over to wobblebobbleapp.com and take the first step towards a more respectful and enjoyable dating experience. And don't worry, it's easier than pronouncing the name.
Because a better world starts with Better Me Wobble Bobble Banger Wahoozle. And please vote in November. Now, back to the show. Do you think I'm pretty?
That was crazy, and that was a trip.
I actually am crazy. It did Better Me Wobble Bobble, but I added Banger Wahoozle.
I love Banger Wahoozle.
Which actually did it for that
Me
did me
Wobble
in.
Bobble
That's why
Banger Wahoozle.
I'm actually sweating and crying. And
It was surprisingly easy to read. Better Me Wobble Bobble Wahoozle.
And maybe one day it becomes real.
Yes.
I would love to make people better on dating apps, which actually brings me into my next segment. Look at that. Look at me focusing. I love ChatGPT so much.
I love ChatGPT.
I put,
My
hey,
phone
can
too.
you give me questions to ask someone who's Irish and gay in regards to dating?
That's all I am.
So it said, absolutely. Here are some funny and niche questions for the first date geared towards the LGBTQ plus and Irish community. Ready? You have to be like so quick with these. This is called Pretty Quick.
Yep.
If you could share a pint with any queer Irish icon, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Tom Daly, gold medalist.
Oh my God, yes. What's your favorite Irish LGBTQ plus film or TV show that everyone needs to watch?
Banshees of Inisherin. Feels definitely gay, definitely Irish.
You had to lip sync for your life in an Irish pub. What song would you choose to bring the house down?
I would choose Riverdance, but it would just be being like mouthing along to like. Dun, 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 dun.
Do you believe? You have to pronounce that for me.
Hosier?
Is he Irish? Hosier?
No. Hosier.
Do you believe that Hosier can save us all, or is Sinead O'Connor the true Irish queen?
Oh, Sinead O'Connor.
Sinead
for
O'Connor.
sure. She's more iconic. But take me to church is
I
iconic
wish
too.
black dog. Right.
Like dog.
What's your go-to drag name if you were to perform at Dublin's George Bar?
Ooh.
That's That's a good name.
Okay, well, my go-to drag name in life is Gorgina Gorge, like Regina George, but Gorgina
yeah.
Gorge. But that's not Irish enough, so I could say Gorgina Gorge. Sure, that's class. Or like maybe it should be like you Dublin my pint.
Yeah. my penis of Dublin.
My penis of Dublin. That's the full name. My penis of Dublin. The pleasure to meet you.
If you could bring back one canceled Irish TV show with a queer twist, which one would it be and why? Or I'm going to rephrase that because if you could bring back one canceled show with an Irish and queer twist, which one would it be and why?
Glee, set in Ireland.
Totally. What is the most ridiculous piece of Irish gay slang you've ever heard or used?
Irish gay slang?
Is that a thing?
No, but it can be. I don't know what it would be though.
ChatGPT, do better.
Do
if you
better.
could only wear one color of pride flag, only one color of pride flag. If you could only wear one color of pride flag, which one would you wear for the rest of your life? And which one would you choose to rock on O'Connell Street?
Okay, green.
Green.
When I'm in Ireland. In general, maybe like indigo.
I like that.
'Cause that is a color of the rainbow. Is that part of the pride flag though?
The pride flag is
it?
the rainbow.
But is it the full rainbow? Is it indigo and violet? Okay. You know what I mean?
His pride flag.
Maybe I don't
The
know. Maybe I
pride
feel like it's just like
flag was
purple.
red and
it doesn't have
yellow.
like indigo. It doesn't have the in between.
doing it.
And I only wanted it for the in between, so I'm just sticking with green. Total final answer. No whammies.
I was like, his pride flag was red and yellow and green and brown.
Wait, what is
and
that? Oh,
Joseph and the
Technicolor.
Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
That-
He's
that-
gay, by
that-
the way. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Musical theater kids, do not come for me, please. If you were a character in a queer Irish rom-com, what would be your meet cute scenario involving a traditional Irish dance?
Oh my gosh. It's okay. You know what it is? It's the school dance, and like they have the boys on one side and the girls on other, and like none of the boys are dancing with me because they're all straight. And also they just don't want to dance. And then I start doing a little jig and we kind of split the group. And all
It's
the
like
girls and
Footloose
guys
and
are
West Side
together.
Story having a baby, but
But
Irish. But
Shh. Irish.
okay, and then last but not least, do you have a favorite piece of Irish LGBTQ plus history that you love to share?
Oh, I
Story.
don't.
You do, and it's your life
And
story.
it's my life story. I think it's really beautiful how my family grew up in Ireland and then I was gay.
I'm dead.
I think that's so beautiful.
Okay, so that was called Pretty Quick. Okay, so now we're going to do Pretty Party, which is my take on a pity party, which is
Incredible.
where you get to just have a little hissy fit about something that has been making you really sad that normally you would be like, I can't talk about this like that. Like people are going to like think I'm being so over dramatic. This is your place to have the prettiest pity party.
Go.
Ready? On your marks.
How long?
1 minute.
Okay. So I live in New Jersey. Dirty Jurors, Jersey gang. And I have to take the NJ Transit to New York to see all my friends all the time. And this toes the line of something you can complain about and something that would be boring to complain about. But if I am on the train and there are open seats and you sit next to me in a 2-seater, I'm going to get a gun. I'm going to end it. You can't. And also, even if our train is packed and is it 3 minutes?
30 seconds.
I was like, oh my God. If the train is packed and you just walked on and you just sit next to me, you have to keep walking and see if there are other seats. Please don't sit next to me. The caveat to that is, okay, I get it. Sometimes it's full. You have to sit next to me. But then what you really can't do is listen to something on your phone out loud without headphones, or I will have to get a gun. And you have to leave me alone. Is that fair to say? Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
That's fair. That can't happen.
That was a good pretty party.
Sorry I talked about guns so much.
Okay.
Okay, your time begins now.
So my right eye feels swollen right now, and it is making me feel insane. I hate it. I feel like and I took pictures of myself before this, like this, like being like, this eye is lower. Like it is lower. And I feel like it's swollen, and I think it's so annoying. And I think it has to do with allergies and like the air changing and stuff and whatnot. And I'm just really over all of like the pollutants and shit affecting my health. I just think we need to take better care of our planet. Like, I'm really getting annoyed about it, and it's making me mad. And I just wish that like my eyes could feel the same, and I could just feel symmetrical and even all of the time. Because if I feel one little thing off about me and my body, I focus on it for an hour, and I'm like, well, this eye is a little bit. This eye is, but it just has been pissing me off, and I feel like my eye looks like a gouging eyeball, which would be beautiful and pretty, and I accept myself for anything and all that I look like, but I'm just annoyed about it.
Period.
That's
and that's time.
It's because of the air and the pollutants, so vote in November.
And my pretty party is like, I don't know if this is bad to complain about, but like I'm really against climate change, and I really think I can't stand what the Republican Party is doing right now, and I know I shouldn't complain about that, but.
Okay, Connor, tell everyone how to find you on the media and in life.
If you open Google Maps
Give your address.
and go to New Jersey. No, so if you want to follow me, you can do it. You're allowed. It's my Instagram and my TikTok are at HiConnor117. And that's Connor with one N because that's the true Irish spelling.
Wait, we should also talk about what you have coming up, which is very exciting. So Connor just did his first solo show a couple weeks ago at the Green Room 42, and it was so amazing. It was called The Worst Person You Know Does a Solo Show. And do you want to announce it?
Sure. I'm doing it again. Yay! So it's going to be at the Green Room 42 again, which is in New York City, on September 8th at 9:30, which is a Sunday. So call off work on Monday so we can party that night. And it's going to be live streamed as well. So if you want to get a live stream ticket, you can, or an in-person ticket, you also can. And it's all at the link in my bio on my Instagram and TikTok.
Very exciting. Oh my gosh. Well, this was the first Pretty podcast, and I'm so happy about it. I'm sweating. I'm sweating profusely.
So we're both
drenched.
Keep your focus.
Keep your focus.
Please keep your focus.
Keep your focus, Pretties.
Oh.
Is that how I should end every pod?
Is that how we should end it?
Is that how how should we end every episode?
I like it. Bye.
Can you just tell me I'm pretty? Tell Me I'm Pretty is a Don't Tell Your Father production. Subscribe and check out new episodes on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. And be sure to follow at TMI Pretty Pod on Instagram and TikTok. To be featured in Pretty Please, submit your stories to tellmeI'mPrettyPod@gmail.com. The show is edited, mixed, and mastered by Skylar Fortgang. The show is filmed by John Quixote.